Hey, this is Rob from Cognitive, and you're watching Infernal TV.
It is Stephanie here with Infernal TV, and I'm here with Rob of Cognitive. So how are you?
I'm good. Hot in Florida.
Yes.
But we're good. Dying of heat. Other than that, everything's awesome.
Awesome. So now, well, let's just talk about the tour that you're on. Analepsy, headlining you guys, Wormhole. I know I'm missing a couple names maybe.
Necrotic Gorebeast.
Necrotic Gorebeast. I knew there was one more name I was missing. So, I mean, the tour has only been going on for a few days, but do you have any, like, predictions or anything you're looking forward to, or?
I'm really proud of the tour. I think that, like, it's, like, a really strong slam tour with it having, like, really just like super sick bands that I think are all doing something different within slam itself. All the shows have been great. Analepsy's first time here has been awesome. Like they were like, dude, we didn't expect it to be this good. Like every night, it's pretty much been over 100 people every night. So Mondays too. So I think, you know, if this keeps up, it's going to be like really just awesome to see a slam tour do this good. Like to me, because like this was really big deal, and like shout out to the Ingested tour that just happened with Devourment and Organectomy and fuck, who else played? Extermination, Dismemberment, because that was like the benchmark. I was like, dude, if it can do half as good as that, I'll be really excited. So it looks that way so far. So that's awesome.
Nice, that's awesome. And I do want to talk about the Orb tour you guys were just on, because like there are so many different styles of extreme metal. You got Gorod, you know, that very tech death style. You got Flub, which is like every genre of music in one extreme metal band, and you know, just all sorts of versatility. And then, as you said, like this is a very slam focused tour, but you all still kind of do things a little different. So, I mean, have you experienced like a difference in crowd response because of that, or what do you think?
I think the crowd, like the demographic themselves is different, just because like there's definitely like slam kids coming out on this tour. Versus like the tech death fans and the prog fans that were coming out for the Orb tour. You see a little bit of crossover, but like I do see just like a vast difference. And it's interesting because on the Orb tour, we were definitely outliner of being like, yeah, we're techie, but we have like a lot of still like brutal slam. We're on this, and we're like, yeah, we have the brutal slam, but we still have the tech stuff. So like it's always interesting for us because like we do so much different stuff in a style where it's like hard to fit us in one thing, which is like great. And sometimes I guess it's bad at the same time, depending, but I like our music. That's cool. But no, I definitely just see just like a difference in the people who are coming out. So it's interesting.
Nice. And then, well, you guys just released a brand new song today, Rot Eternal. I was able, because I just noticed it like right before I left, so I only listened to the first like half of it. But it definitely, or to me at least, like compared to Malevolent Thoughts, it sounded heavier. Like obviously you had like some of the technicality in there, but it just seemed like a very like a heavy slammy song. So what do you think?
I think you should have listened to the second half. You missed a big curveball in there. The first half I definitely think sounds like just like techier, heavier us. But it's funny you say you didn't listen to it because at the end there's like a minute and a half guitar solo over a 12-string acoustic guitar part.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay,
it was interesting because everyone's like, I did not expect the second half to be there. So it was really funny when you just said that.
Okay, well, I guess after this interview, I'm just going to have to be like, okay, don't have to listen.
No, I was really proud of the single. We wrote it for the record that we just recorded, and we were like, it'd be cool to just have something out. Till then, like we had enough songs, and when we did pre-pro for that, we were like, dude, we should just put this out. And we asked Metal Blade, like, guys, you're awesome. Can you put it out? And they were, yeah, we can do a single, just a standalone, and we did, and it was really cool to put it out today. It was nerve-wracking releasing a song while you're on tour and trying to do all that from the road when you're like, hey guys, we just woke up, we gotta get out and we gotta shower and make sure the posts are scheduled. And it was like beach day today, like we said, and we're like, yo, our phones are overheated on the beach and we can't check stuff. But it was cool to just release it today and have it on tour and all that stuff. So.
Nice. So I have to ask, who performed the 12-string acoustic guitar solo?
So Harry wrote the whole shred solo over the acoustic part. I wrote the idea was mine, but recording wise, our drummer did it because he was like, yo, I've got an acoustic. And I was like, well, he knows how to play guitar. I was like, dude, just track it. But we didn't have a 12 string. So then we had to tune it again so it sounds like a 12 string. So it's in like the octave tunings of everything. So we didn't actually use a 12 string. Can't afford one.
Awesome. Okay, well then I'm definitely gonna have to listen to the second half of the song. Well, my next question was if the rest of the album will sound like Rod Eternal. So I assume that's the only song that features an acoustic guitar solo.
Yes. I think it's a good taste of what we're gonna try and do with the new record. There's just like a lot of like big chords, a lot of really big solo parts. There's a lot of surprises on the record. I definitely think it's our most ambitious. There's a lot of stuff we stray from, and there's some stuff where like we even try to get back to like our older stuff from like. I felt like when we wrote, I was like, let's focus on songwriting. I was like, but I feel like we can go back to like being a little more experimental too. So, yeah, I'm really proud of the record, and I'm just like, I think this is like definitely like our hardest work that's like cohesive too. So.
Nice. And then for the guitars, I mean, again, assuming not every song has a 12-string acoustic guitar solo, but for the guitars on the rest of the new album, I mean, you said that this is your most ambitious and experimental record, so guitar-wise, is there anything else that you can say that, like, you experimented, anything different, or?
I guess I would just compare it to, like, there's, like, some, like, there's a lot more, like, ulcerate, artificial brain, wormhole kind of parts with like the big chords. It's probably not as cool as them because them dudes are all better than us, but there's like some cool stuff like that. Definitely some more like guitar sound effects on the record too, like we did some like sound effects and all like that. We also just got to just really having some like really dirty slam stuff on there too again, which was really cool. I also took a lot of influence again, which was cool because like I fell in love with the band again, was Fallujah, from that Psychroptic Fallujah tour we did, where I was like, dude, I forgot how important this band was to me. So there's a lot of that inspiration on the new record as well, I think. Scott's incredible. Shout out to Scott.
Shout out to Scott. He's in case you're watching this, you're awesome, Scott. Well, let's go into Malevolent Thoughts, because I feel like that album kind of really started your versatility, because originally I was going to ask if you were kind of continuing that more experimental trend, but then, and you kind of said you were, but you also said you're like kind of digging into past material. So like, I guess as far as like, you know, taking influence from Malevolent Thoughts and then your other previous records, what like aspects about those albums can we expect in the new album?
I think it was more like getting back to like some of like, I guess it was just like the more early like experimental death metal with like stuff like Ion Dissonance and like Silent Circus era between the Buried and Me kind of stuff. And just like finding that again, like some Meshuggah stuff like that, and then like I really fell in love with Sleep Token during this whole record, and I know everyone's like, band either they love it or hate it, but like there was a lot of cool layering ideas where I was just like, man, that's cool. Like I wish we did it that way. The record was already written by the time I fell in love with that band, but there was like, for like diving into the old stuff, I felt like I just remember writing stuff and be like, yeah, I like this, so it's cool, and there was no rhyme or reason to it, and I was like, that was cool when we did it, but I think we can do it in a more mature way now, if that makes any sense at all.
Yes. I do want to mention, like, getting off the cognitive topic, I know this is like not good for an interview, but instrumental Sleep Token, whatever album they have. I have the instrumental version. It's freaking phenomenal because then you can really hear the musicianship because there are great musicians in that band. I will absolutely say that.
I always say anyone that doesn't like that band, how do you not like the musicianship at least?
Absolutely,
Like,
especially the drummer. The drummer is
incredible,
killer.
incredible.
Absolutely killer. All right, so back to cognitive. So what are your plans for the rest of the year?
We're looking to do something in the fall, hopefully, and shoot some music videos for the new record. And if not, it's just going to be get ready to hit the road really hard for next year.
Nice. And I mean, Cognitive has been a band for over 10 years. So, I mean, what are your experiences? What have you learned in this long journey?
It's really hard, but it's really appreciative work. We was just talking to somebody about this the other day. I was like, dude, like, all the places I've got to see, like today when we went swimming at the beach, I was like, I would have never been here if it wasn't for music. And like, every day in the van, I say like, and it sounds like really cheesy, but like, without people that are buying the music and come to the shows and are like, dude, you're people are like, you're doing it. I'm like, dude, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, but when I'm on the road, I'm like, dude, like, I would never be here without the people that come out and everything and support us. So it's like awesome that like, not only do I get to live my dream, but like I get to see stuff that like a lot of people dream about seeing, and like it doesn't go over my head or underappreciative about it. So like, you know, would I love to, 10 years in, would I love to be a millionaire from doing this? Obviously, like, you're lying if you're not like, dude, it'd be cool if I made a little more money doing it, but like, it's not about the money for me. Like, I'm appreciative to be where we're at for everything we're doing. So it's fucking sick.
And I promise this is the last question because I know you have some setting up to do. Well, this is where you can just say anything. You can, whatever, promote the new single, promote the album, promote the tour, say hi and thank you to the fans. It's up to you.
We got the new Rod Eternal single out right now. It's on Spotify, YouTube Red, all that stuff, wherever you want to follow it on. It's on all platforms. Follow us on Spotify. We got the Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. I think we got Twitter. I think I can't keep track anymore. Other than that, just keep coming out for the shows and everything. Check us out on the merch, and shout out to all the bands on the tour: Analepsy, Wormhole, and Necrotic Word. And thank you for coming out.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Always happy. Oh, there we go. Always happy to support. And as Rob and I were talking about, their new single, Rod Eternal, just came out today. Apparently listened to the entire song, not the first half, and rush over here like I did. And they also have a new album coming out. Do we have an expected...
I'm not allowed to say.
He's not allowed to say. Well, in the near future, we will be getting a new Cognitive album. But for right now, they're currently on tour with Analepsy, Wormhole, Necrotic Gorebeast, and hopefully we'll be hearing more from them either later this year or next year. So thank you again for watching, and stay metal, everyone.